Otakuology podcast with Otaku Mike and Jingraves.
Hey guys, how's it going? Mike here for the Otakuology podcast. I am here with my co-host and podcast brother, Jingraves. How are you doing today, sir?
What's up, guys?
So, this is our official first episode, part one, you could say. And Jin decided, hey, this is a new podcast. Why not do a interview where we interview each other? So this is part one. I am going to be interviewing Jin, and
Right, this is part 1A.
part 1A, I guess you could say. But we are normally a podcast, or we're going to be a podcast where we're going to talk about anime, manga, video games, you name it. We'll probably talk about it.
TV shows, anything else. You got any requests, you let us know. We'll try and hook you up.
But we are going to be on every podcast platform known to man. If you enjoy the content that we create, please consider checking us out. Our links to social media will be down below. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a review. Rate us 5 stars. It'll actually help our podcast grow in the end. And if you're interested in helping us out or giving us some ideas for our podcast, don't hesitate to come check us out and drop us a line on our social media links. And maybe we'll answer your question on the podcast and read your email.
Right. Thanks ahead of time for that.
Yeah. But are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Definitely.
Are
I'm
you
ready since I brought this up like hours ago.
Yeah. Because we've been really looking forward to podcasting. Like,
right.
God, I'm just okay. Without further ado,
right. I really feel like I can't remember what TV show it was in, but where they sing Rapunzel. That's what it's in, where they do the "We Have a Dream" song. I feel like that's been us chomping at the bit for a while now for this stuff.
I have to say, though, this is kind of hard to set up because we've never actually done a podcast. So it's been really interesting to see and figure out how to get this working properly. So if we have a little hiccup here and there, we apologize for that. It's a learning experience for the both of us.
Right. And I mean, we've been on the vlog scene for a while, so... But you'll learn more about us as we go forward, and hopefully we can have other new cool people pop in and let y'all meet them, give them shout-outs, and all this other stuff, and talk about the great things that we all know and love.
Yeah, and we'll learn some new things along the way, and hopefully we can entertain you guys, because that is what we are here to do, is to entertain and have fun, because that's what we want to do with this podcast, is have fun. All right. So should I start from number 10 and go up, or go 1 to 10? How would you like to do this?
Oh man, you can jump around.
All right.
Or anything.
All right. So let's get into this.
You want me to draw a number?
Sure. Pick a number.
Let's go with number 5.
Number 5? Oh, shit. Number 5. Who is
better... That's never a good sign when you start cracking up before. Shit. Okay. Hit me with it.
Number 5. Who among us is a better shit starter? Me or you?
Oh, my God.
You gotta realize I wrote these questions in like 5 minutes.
Okay, so oh my God, it's you. What do they say on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever? You, final answer.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. I mean, it like fucking follows you, okay? That's the worst part about it. Like, I feel like it would almost be one of those shows where they sit there and they bring up the whole, oh man, there's a piece of gum, and it's like every time you take a step, there's a piece of gum stuck to your shoe. It's like it fucking follows you around like a bad sore or something. I mean,
I I really feel like it's because I don't have a filter sometimes, and I like to speak my mind.
that's true too. You probably stick your foot in your mouth.
But
Oh man.
oh man! All right,
All
so
right,
pick another number. We'll go with this format.
number 6.
Number 6. What exactly drew you to the art form and the hobby of manga? Because I know you're a big
Oh,
manga fan.
definitely, definitely. You know, some of my friends call me king.
Oh, okay.
um, no, I mean, I just really enjoyed it and everything. I had never read anything like that before. I was big into novels and everything. And then I had one of my friends in middle school actually said, "Hey, have you ever read manga or anything like that?" And I was like, "No." They let me borrow a couple volumes. I was like, "Man, this is great. I love it."
Yeah.
And then I had dug around in my closet one time, still in that school year and everything, and I had found an old Shonen Jump magazine that I had gotten. And so from then on, I basically asked for a Shonen Jump magazine every birthday, Christmas kind of setup. And yeah, I mean, I used my allowance and everything just to really get out there and start collecting a lot of manga and stuff. So,
Do you do you do you think Shonen Jump magazine has a 'cause it's been gone for quite some time nowadays. Like since we've had it. Do you think it would resonate today with kids?
yeah, so it technically hasn't gone away.
You know, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
the paperback copies have
yeah,
went
that's what I
away.
was talking about. The paperback.
So I really think that really falls on what kind of person you are. Like I know you and I are, we are both those paperback bros, and I feel like that's kind of the thorn in a lot of everybody's side. If you want to read it paperback wise, it's no longer there, so you kind
Yeah,
of have to use the Shonen Jump app. But alternative is you getting out there and either getting a job or something to buy your own manga.
yeah, yeah. True. Yeah, and we'll talk about that later. When we get into our discussional topics in the future. But
Right? There
let's
might even be questions that come out of these two
oh.
first show A and first show B to build off on into the future.
All right, so pick another number.
Number 1.
Number 1. Are you ready for this?
Oh man, I feel like number 5 was the worst question you could ask me. So,
Number 1. Why are we friends?
why are you and I friends?
Yes.
Oh man, that's an easy question. Well, you see, whenever Zeus was creating the stars and stuff, he put Jacob and Mike beside each other. Or Jen and Mike. So that's why we're really good friends, from the Cosmos standpoint. Really though, why we're really good friends is I don't know. We just like all the same stuff and we jive really well together. I,
Are
I
you, are
don't
you-
I don't think we have problems with anything, and then
uh-huh.
other people want to bring those problems to us. So
are you saying people are jealous of our bromance?
uh definitely. I think people are very jealous of a bromance. It's kind of like we make this big like cloud that pushes people out of like a football stadium. They're like, oh, I want to get in there and give those guys a hug, and I can't because their pheromones are pushing me out, and I can't get past it. It's like a shield.
All right, so we're gonna take a pause right here, and we are going to let you hear from our sponsors. Take. All right, all right, all right. Thank you for coming back. Hope you enjoyed our sponsor.
Back from the small break.
Yeah. All right. So, what number do you pick again?
Again, so I have to pick one, 5, or 6 again.
No,
Oh
no,
man!
just pick a number.
All right, number 2.
Number 2. This one's gonna get a little personal.
Oh shit!
So we know. Well, I know the people at home don't know this, but you are a big fan of Gunpla models.
Definitely.
Um, and I have to ask you this: why don't you clean up your nub marks for your Gunpla kits? That's not fucking. That's not fucking battle damage right there. That's a nub mark. You're doing your battle damage wrong, sir.
I don't know. I mean, I just like to build my gump up pretty fast, and I don't like to really do that whole, oh, you need to clip it like half a centimeter away from the leg or whatever, and clip it twice. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And since I'm building high grades and stuff most of the time, there's nothing that I need to be perfect about with that.
I feel like you need to show your Gunpla some respect and be gentle with it, and just give it the care and tender love it deserves. And I feel like you're not doing that.
I mean, if I had to do that tender love and care, I feel like it would definitely be in that ballpark of a relationship of me putting pasties on them.
I mean, it's kind of like a relationship in some senses.
I am definitely in one of the biggest relationships at that point then, since I have almost 300 of those guys.
You can't have 300 of those.
I'm pretty close.
I don't know about that. We'll have to count your Gundams live probably
You
one
know
day.
what? We'll have to have a show about it.
Okay, maybe we'll talk about Gundams one day. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. If I personally feel we could talk about these nub marks. I mean, I personally, I am not a fan of nub marks. I hate nub marks. I hate when I nick my Gundams and I have to like cover it up and hide it. There's sometimes you can't avoid nub marks on your Gundams, but
I like to go with the simple rule of, can I see it 2 inches away?
But when you try to take a cool picture of your Gundams, what if somebody's like, you didn't do a good clean job on that? I feel like I'm personally being judged by the way I build my Gundams.
Hey, if I was going to care about it that much, I better be making the big bucks like Zaku Aurelius, okay?
I wonder how much money he actually does make.
I don't know, but Zaku Aurelius gets paid to build those and paint them and do everything, so...
Yeah. Life goals right there. Life goals building Gundams.
I am definitely not the artist of that because I can't even paint any of my miniatures or anything that well. I'm more of a, let's build this because Gunpla are like puzzles. So...
okay. Okay.
I am definitely the puzzle builder. Next question. I'm going to pick number 3.
3. All right. So, I know this as well. Some of our new listeners might not. When and how and maybe why, when did you develop your monster girl fetish?
My monster girl fetish? Oh man. I don't know. This is a hard question. I feel like this is like one of those things where you almost have to consider it like a cherry popping ceremony or whatever. Um, if you really, really want to say that, I would have to say probably after getting Kinko Cross's Monster Girl encyclopedias.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
the big one I feel like everybody has to admit to is probably I think her name's Ryoko from Tenchi Universe.
Was she a monster girl?
Yeah, she had like a cat tail or whatever.
Did she?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But I mean, I feel like that's kind of the first part you have to go into is realizing that honestly, anybody that likes elves or dwarves or anything else like that, you all at some point like monster girls. So,
Well, I mean, they're technically monster girls in the Monster Girl Encyclopedia.
right? I mean, it's
Which,
anything that's not human.
yeah. So here's a question to go along with that. Do you consider monster girls to be in the furry genre or to be for furries? Because
Um,
I feel like that gets possibly misconstrued, um, and you get lumped in with the furry people. Even though I'm not saying the furry people are bad. It's just you can
right.
just get lumped in with them.
Um, no. The split between it is you're looking at more monster girls looking like actual people with animal traits or whatever added to them. Um, that's kind of getting into. I feel like
like the anthropomorphic
yeah.
side.
Uh, I would say like a girl that you see and maybe she's got like sharp claws
Uh
or
huh.
like fur or something like that. Like Inuyasha. That
Yeah.
would be a good example. Something like that. You have the ears, you have the tail, you have all this other stuff. I feel like a furry is actually getting into the line of they actually look like a werewolf or like the hyena chick from Interspecies Reviewers.
Gotcha. Would you consider yourself a furry?
No, I'm human. Pretty sure.
All right. You want to move on to the next question?
Yeah. We
All
can
right.
go on to question 7.
Question 7. I don't mean to jab you with this one. Jen, why can't you grow a proper beard?
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give my
This is kind of an
you
inside joke
you
between the both of
you
us.
give my beard a bad name, okay?
This is kind of an inside joke between the both of us because Jim.
I don't know. I've always been really jealous because my mustache is never really connected
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
So I've never had like that full goatee experience or kind of everything in one experience. But
Well, I mean, you can have the goatee, just not have the rest on your face. You
yeah,
have like
I mean,
the chin goatee.
I've tried out like mutton chops at one point and some other stuff, and it's just kind of weird because I guess I'm just one of those people that it doesn't really grow together unless it grows long enough to braid.
So, do you prefer having facial hair or not having facial hair?
Definitely having facial hair.
Yeah,
I would have to say not having facial hair or trying to be clean shaven is a pain in the ass, especially depending on how you shave. Because if you shave away from the
yeah.
grain,
You can get ingrown hairs.
you're getting a lot of ingrown hairs there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
most definitely.
I usually like to keep mine about a 5 o'clock shadow, which I have to say I really respect a lot of the different artists we've been having do stuff for us and all that. And I always feel a little upset when they send me the pictures and you got this big nice beard and my character looks like a little baby. And then I'm like, just remember when we get to the coloring phase, you'll get some 5 o'clock shadow, okay? So
that last one we had, the eyes made me think of when Homer Simpson got put on the soapbox in Japan,
yeah,
and he was Mr. Sparkle. That's what I
yeah.
thought of.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of them like that.
Yeah.
I remember cartoons and stuff like that a while back.
All right. So which one do you want next?
Number 10.
Number 10. Why don't we save that one for last?
Okay, number 9.
Number 9. Okay. So do you prefer 2D girls or 3D girls? Which do you enjoy more?
Are we talking about like real life girls for 3D girls or
Yeah, obviously, yes.
okay?
Or if you want to talk about,
I just had to ask that because
I mean, or if you want to like talk about like a real doll, we could say both.
well, I'm just saying, whenever you go to some parts of Pornhub, it is definitely a bad area to be. Whenever it's a 3D girl and you're like, how the fuck did I get into this? So, who knows? Who knows?
Are you
No,
gonna plead the fifth on that one?
no. My personal preference is in the flesh. So
You like a actual person?
definitely,
Okay, well that's good to hear.
definitely.
You're not one of those people that's gonna marry their Game Boy.
No, no. She might be in that threesome with me, but that's about it.
Jeez.
You never know. She might have a Game Boy too. We might have to share space. It might be a quadsome.
All right, moving on.
Uh, number 4.
Number 4. Um, so I know you watch anime.
Right.
Um, what decade would you say is your favorite in anime and why?
My favorite decade in
Yeah,
anime.
like 80s, 90s,
Oh, man, I would have to say end of '80s, early '90s.
Okay.
Um, I feel like that was probably the best time because we had some of the bigger ones. I feel like come over here like Ninja Scroll and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But we also had ones that were really fun to enjoy, like Pokemon. That's obviously the big one, which I believe we have a show coming up about that later on at some point.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is Pokemon's 25th anniversary this year.
right? Uh, and
Sorry
Ronin
to interrupt you,
Warriors.
but have you seen that new Pokemon game that's coming out?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's like a full on like open world Pokemon game.
No, I haven't then.
It's like I think it might be like set in the like a prequel to the series.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can add all the Pokemon into it this time.
Yeah, you're like sneaking around in the grass and like you throw a Pokeball and like go and catch them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
it looked
could
cool. It
be
looked
cool.
cool. Sorry to interrupt you, but we were talking Pokemon for a second.
Yeah. Ronin Warriors, stuff like that. I think that was probably the best, the funnest time for that. Yu Yu
Mhm.
Hakusho, straight up to that. New stuff, I don't really want to bash on it too much, but I feel like a lot of the things have the same storyline.
Mm,
Um,
I can see that.
so, yeah.
All right, next question.
Number 8.
Number 8. Okay, so um, how should I put this? Um, you play a lot of Fortnite.
Yes, yes, I do.
you play a lot of Fortnite, and for some time now, you've been playing Fortnite. What has been your appeal to keep playing Fortnite, and how much money have you dumped into it?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on the money part. Um, I don't know. I mean, I got started because one of my friends, Otaku basically got me into it and said, "Hey, they're having a Marvel episode for season 2, chapter 4." And I was like, "Sure, I've never played it before. I'll give it a try." Um, and then I just really stuck with it. I really like doing the quest and everything else for it that pop up, and being able to get kind of all of this new stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at the same time, I like being able to enjoy that stuff, but also because of playing it so long and stuff, I can kind of just sit there and like almost turn my brain off to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, you like. I think you like Fortnite more than I do at the moment because I go through like ebbs and flows, and like I'll sometimes I'll have fun with it. Sometimes I just get bored.
I agree. I mean, I think that and of course, your wife needs somebody to play with. So
It's true. My wife is addicted to Fortnite. Um, yeah, and I created that monster because I showed her Fortnite.
so you created 2 monsters?
Yes, I
Oh
did. I
no!
created two monsters.
Oh no!
Yeah,
So you're the real Fort Nightmares,
I'm. You could call me a Dr. Frankenstein. All right,
Doctor Frankenstein, or Doctor Jackal.
all right. So next question: which one do you want?
There should only be 10
The
left.
10? Okay, 10. Which will end this podcast. So, what do you want to get out from this new podcast that we're doing? And where do you see us going?
Oh man. So let me break that into 2 different parts. So where do I see us going? The very top. I feel like this is probably a lot better. We've grown a lot. We've experienced a lot of stuff. We know what works and what doesn't work. We know what it is. We've built up our skin of really not giving a fuck about what other people think about us on things, and moving past that stuff. Um, as far as like covering things and whatnot, oh man, sky's the limit for that.
Yeah.
I feel like we can probably talk about just about anything. Um, you know, even going with the Fortnite line of why Peely hasn't come back in the fucking store yet. So
I don't know if he ever was in the store.
he might come back. Who
Oh,
knows?
okay.
Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Okay. Well, that's good to know then, I guess.
He's my last food guy I need. So
Um, well, yeah, this is fun to do. I'm glad you suggested this for our first half of an official podcast. If you're new and you like the content that we create, go check us out. Go to Apple Podcast and give
right.
us 5 stars. It helps us.
Right. And if you listen to this and there's anything else new that you want to know about me, send one of us the question in one of our links below. Or send it to Mike just in any kind of way, vice versa. When we do part B, we can do that. And maybe we can do another one of these in the future of questions from you guys.
Yeah. But if you go to Apple Podcast or any other place, review us. comment, and we'll read it online. It actually helps us in the long run. But thanks for listening.
Right. Yeah, guys, thanks. We'll have to catch y'all on the next one. Or, like you'll probably hear a lot, see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.